My AoE Anarchist Risen Dragon here with a fun game for you from Age of Empires 2, and today we're looking at the Malians, a West African civilization, home of Mansa Musa, who, if he were alive today, he would be worth like almost $500 billion, according to some historical estimates. But the Malians, as far as their civ is concerned, they're an infantry civ, but with some twists. I'm going to get to that in a second. Some of the things that come with the civ is their buildings cost 15% less wood, their barracks units have +1 pierce armor per stage, starting in feudal age, and their villagers drop off 10% more gold. Their unique unit is the Gabeto, which is kind of like a Malian, like throwing Amazon woman warrior. Awesome unit. Their unique techs are Tigui, which is Tigui, which is town centers fire arrows when ungarrisoned, very important. Farimba, which is cavalry have +5 attack, and team bonus is their universities work 80% faster. Now I say that the Malians are an infantry civ, however, they do come with that little twist, which is that their buildings cost 15% less wood. So the wood savings can go towards an archer opening. And in fact, in our game, that's what we do. We go for an archer and skirm opening because we're playing against the Britons. But you go into an archery opening, and then you can go into, say, like a cavalry opening. So when imp comes, your cavalry are just absolutely beast with their +5 attack. But as far as their tech tree is concerned, they get everything in the archery range except for the elephant archer and Parthian tactics. So very, very flexible there. Their barracks have the militia line, full complements, but not the spear line. They stop at halberdiers. They don't have gambesons, but they do have squires, arson, and supplies. Stable, they have pretty much everything except for hussar and paladin. That's kind of important because, late game imp, you want to get those in. They do have bloodlines and husbandry. As far as siege is concerned, they have everything except for heavy scorps, which are, that's a little bit dicey there. Siege rams, and they don't have siege rams either, but they do have the bombard cannon and all that. As far as blacksmith is concerned, everything except bracer and blast furnace. Dock, everything except galleon, elite cannon galleon and a drawman, and no galleon either. I was right on that. And no shipwrights. On the water, they're not the greatest. As far as university is concerned, no siege engineers, no arrow slits, but everything else is great except for bombard tower. With defenses, you get guard tower, watchtower, and keep, and fortified walls as well. Castle, now, Gabetos. This is our Malian infantry unit, the unique unit, with a ranged attack, the range of 5. They are fast moving, but they're strong against infantry, weak versus archers and siege weapons, which I didn't know. And we're against the Britons in this match, so yeah, that's fun stuff. Anyways, so they do have all the tech there. Their monk line is actually really good. They are missing illumination, but other than that, really stout monastery line there. Everything as far as town center is concerned, mining camp, everything except 2-man saw, and of course they do get a wonder. So that is the Malians. Again, you want to try to go for an archer opening and then go into cav. In our game, we kind of, wing it again, but we focus a lot on the Gabetos because they really do come in handy in the game that we play against the Britons. So, enjoy the game. I am always looking for pointers, and hope you can find some. There's plenty because we're low elo. Enjoy the game, kids. Alright, so let's pick up the action in the Dark Age. If you're new to AoE, basically the big thing you want to learn in the Dark Age is not to idle this thing right here. That's your town center, the TC. And this right here, if this is above 30 seconds, you're probably in a little bit of trouble. And you can see we're more than halfway there. But at low levels, the big trick is to try to make sure that this does not get too high. My goal is always under a minute, but we'll see how it goes from here. But as you can see, we are playing against the Britons, and we are against the Malians. Now, we're playing as the Malians, I'm sorry. The Malians are an infantry civ, like I said, but the Britons are a foot archer civilization. As the boar right there went away, we had an issue getting the boar in, but we got it in, so we are good as far as that is concerned. Loom comes in for us, then we idle the TC for a little bit, and then the villager comes down, and all those sorts of things. So, we gotta clean up our Dark Ages a little bit. We still have to do that. It doesn't matter at what level, you know, or not, I'm sorry, at what level. But, as you see here, 57 seconds of idle TC, that's actually really good for us. I think that's a record. We do get a little bit of an attack. Do get attacked there a little bit. But now we start to wall off, and they find their way into our base. They find us there. We chase them away. And now what we're looking at is getting our res collected. And we get a little more idle TC time, but that's fine. We get a barracks going, because again, that's your prereq to get that up. I will say, this game was quite chaotic for us. It was really, really just... I was like, eh. Anyways, we get a tower going up guarding our wood line. Probably should have got one up there, but that's okay. Do notice that we've got some spears going, and that's kind of where we got. Now notice we have spammed the TC here with vills, and that's what you want. And we start distributing out some stuff. We get an archery range going, because basically my plan for this was to go kind of archers into spears, just a little bit of protection, and then maybe some skirms if they came through and whatnot. So we get that going. We get a blacksmith going, and whatnot. And actually, we're going to slow it down to about 2.5 speed here, just so you can kind of see. Now, here we've got, let me see, we get some skirms going, because, again, the Britons being a foot archer civ, we kind of want to get that up and rolling as soon as possible. You know, kind of getting some defensive stuff going there. We do idle the TC quite a bit, but, you know, at this point, we're just kind of, like, focusing on getting up to Dark Age, or not Dark Age, going from going up to Castle. It's been a long day. So anyways, we get this, we get this rolling, and we start getting our stuff being produced. The archers start to come in, and yeah. So let's see what they're doing over here. That you see they've walled off quite a bit in that area there. We try to get a little bit of damage in, but notice we are already walled off, and we're already doing fairly well there. Now I think we do go a little bit overboard on the houses, but we want to get a little bit of defense going. So again, not really sure what's happening there. Probably should have put this a little bit closer to the wood line, but yeah, it is what it is. We're about equal on the idle TC, but I've got more army than they do, and that is, I also got more population, and yeah, you can see I've got a lot more army than them. So I should be marching forward at this point. When do I march forward? Yeah, I do start marching forward. So just so you can see what I see, real quick. That's what I see. You know, we kill the wild animal. That's kind of, I don't like getting that. Getting attacked by random wild animals. There we are with the going up to Castle. We get the gold mining coming in. We get forging coming in, because eventually we do want to get our cavalry online, and eventually get some other infantry up and running, because Gebetos are technically infantry. We do take a few pot shots there. They've got more eco kill. They were able to get an eco kill off of us. But notice we pull ahead very slightly in the score, and we instantly start. We get a TC going, which I'm actually really proud of myself for that. Getting a second TC up and rolling. And it's standard basic, but we break in using our and they go off to the market for some reason. Anyways, we get some crossbowmen coming in. We start taking care of their farms, and I do want to point out here that when you're dealing with raiding, taking out farms, taking out resources is definitely a good strategy to go with. But just don't get too close to the TC like these guys do here. We are in the base, and we do want to make sure that we stay somewhat protected. But here, and I'm like, oh, another TC. And these guys here, these pikemen are they just sit and chill. They attack the palisade for no reason, and I'm like, yeah, but here I should have noticed that, hey, they're starting to scout over this way. This becomes crucial. And also, too, they start to build more TCs. Luckily for us, we start getting stables coming in, but also I get a defensive castle going. So usually I don't do defensive castles. Usually I just kind of, I don't know why we have a camel there, but I think I must have accidentally hit something. And now we get siege coming in. We got mangoes coming in, because now we've got a lot of people on wood. We've got 22 vills queued up. I mean, we just absolutely went ballistic with the villagers here, just doing things. But now we start to rumble in with the mangoes. And I'm like, okay, Juan says, you know, Celts eat TC. Malians eat TC, too. That's the first time I think we've eaten a TC in a long time. But now we get the Gabetos coming in. And as you can see, they are 10 to 1, or 11 on their attacks. We get barding armor coming in. I do feel that we did stick to the theme. We were quite focused, I think, in this game. Now we build a forward castle. So I do feel we were quite focused in this game, sticking to like sticking to infantry. They do build a castle off to the side, and I get that up. We take care of the market. We get some knights coming in. They get a castle going. And we're going to slow it down again to 2. And the mangoes come in and start to deal with, I think. But I want you to focus on this area right here, if you're going to focus on the mini-map. And by the way, we're going up to Imp really, well, not really quickly, but quick enough. I don't know why these... I got to get better at my micro, but as you can see, we do have quite an AI army here. I say I'm really focused, but, you know, we've got a lot going on. Not Mike. Is there a such thing as a clean game at a 600 level? I just want to ask. I'm asking for a friend. That friend is me. But anyways, now the knight's dead. Another castle goes up, so we got 3 castles that we have to deal with. But luckily for us, we're going to Imp quite quickly compared to these guys. We eat another TC. We've eaten 3 TCs already in this game, by the way. So, and the son of a gun just goes and builds another one. Which, by the way, do I see that? No, absolutely not. I don't see that at all. So, yeah. How fun is that? Well, there we go. So, I go up to Imp. They go up to Imp. Go Trebs. Immediately. I just spam the Trebs. Okay, I literally just go 10 Trebs right away. And my AI army here is just sitting and chilling. Check out these Gabetos with their little, you know, swords and stuff. So I do get the Treb in. I Treb down their TC. But notice here, they start to expand outwards. These actually start surrounding my base. How dare they? You know, they start surrounding my base, and they start actually attacking me from various sources. But they've got... let's see, we're not producing a ton of vills at this point, but look at the idle TC time that we have here. They've got over an hour. We've got 24 minutes. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That counts for something, I think. Back to this. So, yeah, the Trebs come in. Their longbowmen are absolutely devastating. And I completely... This is my first time playing against the Malians. Completely did not realize that they are totally ineffective against archers, foot archers. Look at all the siege that we have. I mean, that is just absolutely nuts. We have so many Trebs, and we just, at this point, I'm just like, man, I'm wrecking, and then don't realize that, hey, I've got issues hanging right off to my, looks like right off to my east there, so I have no idea that they've got any of this going on at the moment, so that's a problem. That's a big problem. Another big problem is the fact that I can't micro to save my life, because watch what happens. These just end up chilling there. But again, AI army for the win. But we do start to focus a lot on the Gabetos, and we start to just take down that TC right away, man. That was just absolutely brutal. They start going and migrating out. They actually do a really good job. I do have to... And then they castle drop us. And then I realize, oh, wait, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. This was actually one of the first... This was like one of the first oh crap moments of the game where I'm like, oh no, I could actually lose this. But then I remembered my game, it was during the show matches, back during the Specialist Cup, where I was ahead by a lot, and the moment my castle fell, I was like, I'm done. So nope, learned that lesson, and I just kept plugging away. And yes, this does go down very quickly, but we do get some, and by the way, they also don't have chemistry in at all at the moment, so, yeah, I do get another castle going here, and these longbowmen just, oof, that was, this is rough right here. And again, I'm at a point where I'm like, you look at the army and all these things, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. I could very well lose this game. And I really thought I was going to lose this game at this point, because everything I'm throwing at these longbowmen, I'm like, that's not good. But the Gebetos come back door and just start mopping up, actually, which is interesting. But again, I've got a better eco than they do, and I've got more in the way of... They build a town center right near my town center, you son of a gun. I gotta admit, you know, Moray did really, really well. Very resilient match by him. And also, too, look at this. Oh my, these guys right here, they're just chilling. These girls, too. Like, oof. Dragon, get with it. Look at their, they got longbowmen, and here, it's just, they just chill. They sit and chill. I gotta clean that up. But anyway, so now these come in with, you know, we start cleaning up with the mangoes, but then the Vills come in and absolutely start to wreck. And they try to build a town center right where my farms are, and I'm like, oh, heck no. You're not doing that at all. Yeah, lots and lots of eco kills here, lots of military kills. They've actually got more military kills than we do. But as you can see, our economy is just so much better. It really is so much better. Even though we've lost a lot of bills and we only have we only have 3 TCs up, where they've got also 3 TCs. But notice here, again, these guys are just chilling, and that's no good. We can't have this in the game. So the Gebetos are there, and we got another castle there. And I think here is where I realize, oh, wait a minute, we've got more bigger fish to fry here. So, yeah, that's a problem. Also, these guys right here, they're just chilling. They're just absolutely chilling. We haven't done anything with our TCs in a while, though, so that's also a problem. Because this right here, I'm like, oh, they took out my TC, and now they're doing long distances. The efficiency is not there at all. But look at the eco kills, the value of the army. I think we got lucky in this game, to be completely honest. The Trebs come in and just this castle goes bye-bye real fast. The Gebetos come in to take out the Vills. Out come the longbowmen. Luckily for them. Luckily for us, the mangoes are gonna kind of sweep up a little bit, but now we're slowly chipping away, and we're doing. But then they come in with Cavaliers, and this is where things get interesting too, because if you look, I mean, we are just not. We're on paper, we are losing this game. On paper, as far as like, you know, army strength and stuff, we are losing this game. But luckily for us, our eco is, again, just so much better. Our eco is incredibly good, and they go after my eco stuff. Oh yeah, and we start building a market for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there. think they realized they raised mine, and I was like, well, all right, guess I'll just go there. But anyways, the Gabetos come in, and we still have our Trebs. That goes down. We take down their Treb, and oof. Right there, we start eliminating the... Yeah, well, so much for that idea. But anyways. But also, too, I will say the Tigi, which is the unique tech for the Malians, that definitely came through for us. But now we're humming here. We've got 56 Gabetos. It took us a while to get focused, but I overall thought this game, we got lucky. I really do think we got lucky. But the few things that I am going to say that we did right in this game were the eco. We were able to keep our eco up incredibly well, and we were able to maintain that. So let's look at the overall score. Yeah, the overall score was, military. They actually had an edge in us as far as military was concerned, mainly because they had more kills and whatnot. But our eco, that's what won us the day. Look at that eco score. Look how much they dwarfed us, or we dwarfed them on the eco score, and also on the tech score too. Society, they were a little bit higher, but overall we were able to mop up there. Their army high was at 40. Towards the end, we had 70, and that was really the big thing. The big thing I want to take away from this is the fact that the eco is key here, because of the fact that if your eco is strong, then you're going to be able to carry the game throughout. And I think that's really where we shined in this game. And if we didn't have a strong eco, this game would have been a total loss for us. Speaking of which, that's where we really won out. The wood, the food, the gold, they did collect more stone than us. But other than that, we were on top of everything as far as like feudal time, castle time, and imp time. We were up almost 3 minutes before they were. As far as imp was concerned, their tech, yeah, they had 5 castles, but we had 3. And the big thing with us, the big thing with them is they mainly just, because of the fact that we were on the offensive, and we were able to repel their counterattacks to an extent. I wouldn't say we repelled them, but we were able to hold our own. And even sometimes that's enough. That's enough to do that. Actions per minute, we got to get better at this. Total actions per minute was 23. They actually had more eco actions per minute than we did, but we also had more military actions per minute than they did. And overall, I thought this was a game that I was lucky. I was really lucky in this game, to be completely honest. I look back on this replay and I'm like, I have no idea how I won this game as far as like military is concerned, because basically they were able to take their former base here and just basically go all around the map, and they were really good at escaping my attacks. So I will say that, again, overall I'm going to keep playing the Malians for a little bit. Having been beaten by them a bunch of times, I'm like, yeah, you know what, let's give it a try. And, can't beat them, join them. So overall, I felt like this was not our best game. It wasn't our cleanest game. I do feel like we do have to be more focused as far as like pumping out military and stuff. Again, trying to be very flexible with what I do, but sometimes that gets us into trouble. But anyways, hope you liked this video. Again, tips needed, but overall, got lucky, and hope to improve and keep improving. I'll see you guys around. Hope you liked it. See you on the battlefield. Happy hunting.